Welcome everybody to another fashionable, undressed podcast with me, Paul, and my husband, Patrik.
Hey everyone! You forgot Snow White.
Oh my God, it's Snow White 90210!
I'm excited because today we've got, babe, we have not one, not two guests today. This is a first for Undressed.
It's not a first for me because I've had 4 all day.
This is true. We have 4 guests in the house. And we've known these guys since they were kids, and now they're adults.
Men now, woo!
Yes.
You know how that's gonna go.
Can I introduce our guests?
Okay.
All right, we got the Ochoa Boyz in the Beverly Hills house, bitches.
Let me feel the energy, people.
Let's
go. Let's go.
You guys are hilarious.
So we got Ryan,
Let's
we
go,
got Ray,
Let's go.
we got Rick, and we got Bobby.
Let's go.
Nice. That was
Get 'em all right?
That was one take right there.
impressive.
That's
That's
one take.
He knows hot men's names.
This is true.
Well, 3/4 of us are.
3/4 of us, I know, right?
So it's the Ochoa Boyz with a Z, right?
With that
Don't you forget it.
Don't you forget it.
Don't you mistake it.
What does the Z stand for?
It's not an S.
Just to be cool, okay?
Just to be cool.
We're trying to standing out. When we were kids, like you said, it was just cool with the Z. Now it's just because, we're trying to reach everybody from A to Z.
And when we started,
You're trying to
That
reach
was a good
everybody
reason.
from A to Z. Look at him. This is nice.
Go talk over everybody, you guys.
You finally used it. Well,
What?
A to Z, you finally used it. It's the right time to finally use it.
Exactly. First time I used it right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, education in America. What are you gonna do?
So we just got back from Dubai, and Z is they say Z in Dubai. Fun fact.
So
does it
stand?
Z, they say Z for the letter Z.
Oh, they just say Z.
Z.
So Z.
Fun fact.
So I do animation.
So we're the Ochoa Boyz Z.
Yes, but tell them about us, how we got the Z in our name.
How did we get the Z in our name?
Oh my
we
God.
have a Z in our name?
They call us the PPBoyz.
Oh, PPBoyz.
And
That's
then with
because
the-
it's a big P and a little P. And we never know which P comes first. Well, both P's come together sometimes. I'm not sure.
Oh my God.
How did we get a Z?
Many times.
Oh, that was last night.
Yes. How did the Ochoa?
Oh my God, I gave him my bracelet from last night.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
And you know what? I'm happy and I'm proud to be wearing it. And I'm
It looks
wearing
good
it.
on you.
I'm wearing it with a smile on my face.
That's right.
It's just a little sticky.
Babe, I told you to wash it.
Wait, are you
Gave it
guys
to him.
over 18 now?
What? Oh my God.
over
He's over 21 now.
You are?
I am.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So Rick, you're the oldest.
Little boys.
This one just had a
became
birthday
big
too.
boys.
And mine's coming up now. I'm the next
Yep,
one.
he's the next one.
Wait, what month?
June.
I lost in
My birthday was just
Cancer.
a few days ago.
Oh, thank God. I was going to say Gemini, we have to kick you out.
You're Gemini?
No, he's Cancer like me. I'm a Cancer too.
That's a sweetheart.
When's your birthday?
We know how to make love, right?
Yes. Long time.
That's why we were late today. Let me tell you, we started last night.
They say long time. July 9th. You?
Well, I mean,
June 30th.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sweet.
all I heard was that you couldn't wake up this morning. Good job.
Good job.
well, we're
No,
just,
good job to the
we'll
bracelet
say this
you're
about
wearing.
being like, how long it's been since we met you guys. This is the youngest, and he's actually a dad now.
Yes.
So
We're
we're
just gonna
gonna
start
get
that
into
off?
that one. So
How did you
You're a
become a
dad?
dad? How do you even know what to do to become a dad?
You know what it is? It's called...
Well, I know too. I'll explain how the male and the female work.
when did this happen?
He's a year and a half now.
Oh,
You have a boy?
I have a baby boy. Yeah.
You guys knew that.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, you did?
I did. He doesn't.
Well, I gotta
was
pretend.
No, but
Did you see the shock value?
Your
You had
reaction was
a COVID
perfect.
baby.
He did.
I did have a
Yes.
baby.
He did have a
I did.
baby.
I had a COVID baby.
how
We
did
know
it
what you
happen?
were doing during quarantine.
But how did it happen?
I wasn't alone apparently.
Like why? Like how? And like what?
So
So this is...
and this.
It's anatomy.
It's a
That's not what I'm talking about.
It's wonderful
But
with
you're
the
not
human...
married.
No,
No. Okay. Are you still with the girl?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yes,
that's
indeed.
good.
Very- yes.
It's
Well,
one... It's
Have you guys ever
wonderful.
heard the story about the bees?
Yes.
The birds and the bees.
But
I heard a different story.
But in our version, it's not the birds and the bees, it's the bees and the bees.
That's their version.
I love it.
So they both have pointers and they stick you real hard.
So who's dating in the group? Tell me who's dating, who's in relationship.
Well, I mean, I think
gosh.
technically everybody's always dating, right? But if you're
No,
saying like,
not your hand. We're not talking about the hand. Or you guys
that's
are talking
it.
about right
That's
before
it.
this.
That's
Honestly,
all I'm
that's
talking
a
about.
special
That's
case.
the conversation nowadays. What is dating and what's
Yeah.
not? Because people are
People
like, I'm
always say,
dating
like-
around. If you're with somebody, but we dated for 2 years. You know, it's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
what's the
they
date?
always
It's
say
like,
what some people reference to dating differently. Like if you're in an actual relationship officially, some people say that's dating. But
Right.
some people say just going on one date.
I'm
that's
shopping
dating,
around.
right?
If that's what you're asking me,
Okay.
I'm still shopping around.
So he's shopping around. They're not dating. How would you say?
For
label.
our
Label.
audience, you guys that are listening and can't see,
Yeah, say
don't
their
say
names.
say their names.
Only
Okay.
because there may
Okay,
be lots
gotcha.
of beautiful, hot fashionistas out there that may want to just come forward.
Right.
Right. Okay.
You
so,
don't know.
So
Exactly.
Love it.
There
Well,
may be
I
a good
won't speak
DM in
like-
your future.
let them speak for themselves.
Raymond, labeled. I am in a relationship.
Label.
Labeled relationship. Like,
Labeled,
I know that
so-
when you say dating, and then
Yeah.
I'd say, you're in a labeled relationship. Boyfriend, girlfriend, that's a labeled relationship. In my personal opinion. Labeled, Raymond.
Bobby.
Yes, Bobby, same, labeled in a relationship myself as well.
Really?
With
Yes.
a girl or a boy?
Yes, with a woman. Actually, she's older than me, so she's a woman.
Oh, you're
So
dating
you're
a cougar.
cougar.
Yes.
I'm not the cougar.
I don't care if it's
The-
3 minutes older than you. That's a cougar.
She's a cougar, you're a cub.
Does she have a bank account? No wonder you're wearing that leopard print right now, boy. I'm telling you.
This is the time for it. You
Mama
told
didn't
me to
raise no
wear this.
fool.
she lives in Miami.
How do you date someone out of state?
Yeah, how do you date somebody in Miami?
Well, I mean,
Do you want me to
saying-
tell you about a thing called a plane?
Yeah, a lot of communication. Obviously, it takes
Yeah.
a lot of trust and a lot of communication. Obviously, but it's it's been amazing.
So she's married with 3 other kids, and then you're here. What's the real story?
How long have you guys been dating?
About 6. Well,
no way.
here's the difference.
Okay.
When are you saying dating compared to like officially together? That's the difference, you know.
Yeah.
So we've been dating for a little longer, obviously, but like official, it's been about 6 months.
And how'd you meet her? In person or swipe left or right?
The even better swipe left or right, Instagram. So
Oh,
Yeah.
she got into your
Actually-
DMs.
actually, if we're gonna talk about it, we actually met over 10 years ago too,
Okay.
at one of our.
You mean when you were 12?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not what we started. That's not what we started talking about. We actually met way.
That's
back
like
then.
a teacher and a student.
Wait, I just learned this myself.
I didn't
No,
know that.
we actually met years ago, like at one of our shows. Actually, this was years ago.
Oh my God, stalker!
Oh no.
No, but we.
I'm having anxiety right now going, oh my God.
But you weren't together 10 years ago.
No.
I hope not. That would have been a whole different story. Somebody would have been in handcuffs. Or maybe now you are.
Wait, no.
Wait,
she's not,
I'm confused.
She's not older as in like 30 years. No, she's only 2 years older than me.
Doesn't matter.
But so like that's
She was still older.
Okay.
She was adult when you met her.
no, not even. We both were. We're all kids now.
Look, we're not old, but we all have good genes. We're a little older than
Yeah.
you think, but
Exactly.
you know.
Yes. Don't let the facial hair like fool you, okay?
Okay,
that's
so
fully-
you
that's
two
fully
are
known.
labeled.
Early-
So
yeah.
Ryan,
I'm in cruise control right now.
really?
Cruise control.
That's what I
love
call
it.
it. I
What
call it-
speed are we cruising at?
That's the
we-
title of
we-
this episode. Cruise control.
the title of this is going to be Ryan Ochoa and Cruise Control.
You're so Olivia Rodrigo right now. 'Cause she's got a driver's
No, but speaking
license.
of, is she over 18?
Yeah, she's
Well-
got a driver's license.
Well, I don't know. That doesn't mean anything.
And she's really fun too.
Yeah, she's cool.
Oh, she's over 18.
She's
Yeah.
cool. She's very,
Very
pretty,
pretty.
actually.
Before we get to
Why
Rick-
don't you cruise yourself down that lane?
Well, if she's over 18.
Of course.
Or hopefully over 20.
Well, I don't know. That one started when he was like 12. We're kind of confused right now. You're taking me on a loop.
Yeah, cruise control's
Gotta
fun,
keep
though.
things interesting on this show, right?
Cruise
Yes.
control.
Cruise control's like a roller coaster.
So you're just
Is it?
dating anybody. You're dating in
No. Cruise control means we are just like cruising. There's no looking back. It is just all,
So you have someone.
No, I'm like.
No. He
literally-
just
It's
He
my
just
way of
pulls
saying
over every once in
so
a while.
confused.
It's my way of
Yeah.
saying
For a pit
the
stop.
the single life is
Yeah.
what I prefer right now.
Wait,
And
but
not even dating.
No.
did you hear what he said
No.
though? Do you take any pit stops though? Like at the same time, like we're on cruise control, but at some point
Well, you gotta
at-
refuel.
At some point, there's gonna be traffic,
No,
right?
actually,
You gotta hit the
I
brakes.
haven't refueled in a while.
Do you feel it's,
My gas tank is really big.
but do you feel it's because you're trying to concentrate on your career?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I
Yeah.
see that in you. That you seem very like laser focused.
Oh
in
yeah,
your
we
career.
are. We're like we're on a mission.
Yeah.
Not they are too.
Right.
Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but again,
Different missions.
Well, I mean, it's just my life is. I feel like a little different than theirs.
Why?
You know? Just because I mean, I. Not necessarily in a bad way, but I feel like I have my
You
hand.
can knock them down.
No, I don't
worry about
knock
it.
them
We're
down
just
because
family.
these
We're
guys-
just
Do you
awesome.
hear
these,
this?
These three are the machine.
I'm just waiting for my turn.
That's a good cancer.
These three are the machine behind what we do.
Okay.
But I have my hands in so many different things that to have my hands into a relationship right now is just not a good move.
Well, I wouldn't want your hand
he
in a
wanted to say
relationship.
his
but
hands in
okay.
a woman. That's what he wanted to say. That's what he wanted to
He's
say,
not
but he
sure
thought
yet,
about
guys.
it. He thought about it. He said, my hands in a woman. He's like, wait, hands in a relationship is the right word to say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was smooth.
Yeah.
That was smooth. But anyway, yes. Yeah.
But
so
you know what?
small.
Everybody has a different journey.
Yes.
And whether you're siblings or individual people, you're still your own human.
Yeah.
And it takes a different caliber and skill and tools that you've learned to be able to navigate. And our priorities change as we mature, and I've seen the growth in all of you guys because
Yeah.
I've known you for so many
100%.
years.
Can I hire you for my therapist? Are you free after this?
Oh, that's what we're doing right now.
Okay.
Don't you know that's what fashion designers are? They're fucking therapists. They come in,
love it.
they
Literally,
do
I
a
can
2-minute
feel it,
thing
like-
and an hour of therapy.
You just you just had such a you hit me deep right now with
Yeah.
that. I really
Oh,
need
I hit you deep when I gave you that bracelet.
gosh, what is this?
Right,
man?
guys?
But it's true.
Yeah.
I love how he's still wearing it.
You guys, you guys all have your own journey and path, and the exploration, I feel like, is the beauty of life.
And that's what makes us who we are individually. And
Yes.
that's what makes I feel like our group what it is. Bobby
okay.
Bobby living, traveling the world right now and
Being a cup to somebody.
Bobby, why are you traveling the world? Tell us.
Just enjoying life, and and like we said, we're still kind of kids, but we're not anymore. But we are still just just trying to enjoy life and have fun. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and I've also had someone by my side doing it. So that's what makes it even more.
Where
fun.
is the best place you've been to that you've traveled to recently?
Oh man, well that's a great question. Right now, I would say just this past Thanksgiving,
Yes.
we went to Disney World. And that was
Okay.
actually my first time going, and it was a really cool experience there. Just doing that like tour that they do.
MICKEY.
Well, that makes us really sound like kids now, but
So true
which we have
story
to.
about Disney World. This is before I met Paul, and I was a little bit, a little wild and
Please
crazy.
don't bring Mickey in between us.
It's really funny. I
Wait,
did
before you
with
met
my
Paul,
friends.
real quick, you can't just say that.
Yeah,
I
before I
know,
met
right?
Paul.
How long ago was
exactly.
this? Like,
We've
help
been together
us-
19 years, so 20-something years ago, I was a model. I worked for Versace, and we
He had to throw that in there,
We
right?
went
I was
to
a model. I
Disney
like it.
World, and I was there with some friends, and they're like, okay, we're going to do beers of the world. So we drank a beer out of every country we went to.
Wait, around the
Yes,
world?
End of the
around
night,
the
I was
world.
passed
Hold on,
out,
have you
flat on
made
my
it?
back.
I've
did
gone
make it around the
twice.
world.
I've
He
been around
did.
the world twice already.
And the beers, drinking beers of the world?
Yeah, but every country, right?
Yeah, did you make it through?
Yeah, but we also now, I don't know if they're the same, they have mini kiosks in between too now. So I did there was 18.
But did you make it standing and walk out the park?
Absolutely. And
I
then,
was passed out on the ground, and security had to wake me up and take me out.
That's what he
God.
wanted to do for his birthday
That's
last year,
Epcot.
but that didn't happen.
Yes.
That is still on
Yeah,
my
now
But
I
that was-
know why
that
that
was
was before me,
epic.
because there's no way that fucking will ever happen. Not gonna
That
happen.
was epic, though.
Because you're going with him next time.
Not gonna happen. He's on the floor. He's buried. Dead. Done. No revitalization there.
Rick, tell us about your relationships.
see,
Anybody?
when they talk about that, like when we first started getting involved, doing stuff together, that's what they said about our group. It was cool because we were at different ages. Obviously, I'm the oldest.
Right.
Now we're all similar in age. We could closely date the same people if we wanted to.
Do you?
and there's
Which
one-
is weird.
No.
It is.
Have you ever
really
dated the same person?
No.
Heck no.
No.
Heck no.
If you're not-
I know what it is. It's bros before hoes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I think
Dating
so,
is
it's
Honestly,
like-
person.
guys, like being straight up with you, that is off the table between. I don't even have to say our names between all four.
So
of
you
us.
have a pact.
This world is just
no
too
way.
damn big to be dating the
But
same
there,
people.
exactly,
So
there's
it's
too
like-
many. There's too many people in the world.
Yeah.
But you know how often that happens between siblings and best friends
No.
that they do
But
that.
here's the thing. We'll say it here firsthand. If Rick were somehow one day to bring home Selena Gomez, I have a feeling he'd be looking.
You'd all be dating her.
No, him.
So
I'm
Joe-
gonna
Ryan-
reach him.
Ryan would have slowly opened the door.
He would be looking. That's for
Anybody
sure.
that knows Ryan has, always had a crush on Selena Gomez, but I'm like, she's my age. I'm a month older than her. So
This is true.
What does the pact entail? Did you guys like cut your wrist and then like blood and
Well,
put it on the mirror, say
since you
spit in
said
your
that.
hand and
Yeah,
high
exactly.
five? or
Since
what
you
was
said
it?
that, this isn't actually the pact, but we actually just did something as of a few days ago on his
Is it
birth-
something we can talk about?
We can
What
talk
is it?
about this.
Well, it's not-
But
it's
this
a-
doesn't have to do with that.
But
But
we
it
can
just
address
reminds
that in a
us.
second.
Yeah.
As far as relationship with me, I'm at a point in my life, like I'm 30, I'll be 31, right? And
Wow, he said the age.
and literally,
That's like 3 years old for me.
he Ryan, they're all at the point they are experiencing what I've already experienced now. So I'm at
Yes.
a point career wise, like I'm building. I just opened my first company doing animation as well. And
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so which is Maze Road plug. I'm just kidding.
Good.
It's called Maze Road.
Maze Road, yeah.
Well, Snow
Okay.
White wants to be animated, so
Absolutely.
Well,
Let
we want
us
to do an
know.
animated
Easily
series
do
about
that.
the life
We'll-
of Snow White.
We'll talk about that
yeah.
after. That's easy.
And I'm just at a point in career now. It's like I'm at a age where yes, I'm open to dating again, but I'm not looking. I've been through. Everybody goes through their points in life, the relationships, and I've done the downfalls of that. So now it's like it's that person that comes to my life. Now I'm not. Like I said, I'll still shop around. I'm at a good age to still do it, but I mean, I'm looking for that person
do you
now.
find dating now easier
Way
or
harder.
harder?
Way harder.
Really?
Harder.
Way hard. There's
not
more
as easy.
options, which makes it even more. It's harder now. Like
So what are you trying to say? I just settled for the first guy Versace model that came around?
No. We're talking 20 years ago.
19 years ago, it was different.
Yeah.
I had options, my friend.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, he wasn't the only gig
options.
in
Not
town.
the only model?
But when he pulled up with the Lambo and said, "I got a Benjamin for you," that was it for me.
It was
my
a
guy.
pretty woman moment.
You're my guy. I'm going with you. I don't care.
How did the band start? How did you guys decide you want to start performing
Yeah.
together?
Let's get the band
this
back
is-
together.
Well, it's funny that this question's coming up
We
right
actually.
Because the band is not together now, right? You guys are split.
now. No, we
no,
are.
we are.
Wait, but
This is-
how does a brother
Band
group
ever
split?
split.
Ask the
we
Hanson
will never
brothers. I
split.
don't know.
As real brothers.
Jonas
and
Brothers split for a
and
while.
they're back together.
Which
They
they're
are
back together. But we
Right.
still had that talk the other day. How
Yeah.
did that happen? Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't a split. It was a mutual agreement that they wanted to pursue their own things individually.
So you're trying to
Which
say
is
that
what
their
we-
girlfriends and wives came between them?
Well, I don't think
Because they were together until those bitches showed up.
I actually just saw them live in Miami a couple weeks ago. But that's exactly what he's trying to say. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
no
I'm
no
kidding.
girls no
So you
girls
guys
no
started
wives.
the band when?
Okay, so I was in my last season of my Disney show.
And so for people in the audience to know, he was on iCarly. You were-
iCarly.
Literally 10 years ago. I was
Yeah.
going to be 21. I'm going to be
Yes.
31. So about
Yeah.
10 years
And
ago.
who did you play on iCarly?
So this was way before actually the group started, but I was on iCarly first. I played Chuck. I
Okay.
was Spencer's nemesis.
Chuck!
Chuck. And then about a year and a half later, I ended up getting Pair of Kings. And I
Okay.
ended up doing that for a few years.
Yes.
On my last season, actually the second season of the show is kind of when the idea came about because we wanted to do something together.
Wow.
So we all actually wrote a TV show.
Wow.
We've kind of talked about it over the years, but we still have a great TV show with us four. And as we get older, I feel like the show can be even better now, right?
That's good.
But anyway, we pitched the show to Disney and Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there was a bunch of other, whatever, factors that came into play.
In other words, you dealt with network executives.
Exactly, and
They
it didn't
never can
happen.
figure out what the fuck they want.
So one day there will be a network that actually wants this show.
But
and
it
it'll
was
be
pretty
epic.
cool at one point. Kind of both of us, but Raymond at the time was one of the youngest people to pitch a show to
was.
a company
I was.
like that.
He was like 10 years-
he was
like 10 years old.
Like 10 years
Wow.
old pitching a show to those companies. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's
pretty cool.
amazing.
He was
That's pretty cool.
he he was in a meeting with the heads of Disney development.
Okay.
Well, nice kid.
Who else
Kill.
would you expect to be
Without
with
our
the head?
parents, by the way.
Really?
He was 16. Oh, no, I was 16.
Yeah.
I was 15. He was like 18.
Okay.
You were, how old?
Well, it's
yeah, it was like
Mickey
probably-
Mouse. I mean, who do you want to show up?
Okay, so you started the band. So tell me about starting the
Okay,
band.
so anyway, we did the show.
Yes.
Well, we pitched the show. That
Yep.
didn't happen, but we still were like, hey, what can we do right now together?
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, over the years now we say like, oh, at the time we liked the same music, but we still all like the same music, whatever.
Right.
And our genre and our music choice and, development has changed over the years too. But anyway, we're like, hey, we could become a group, right? And we could do music right now because why? And it's something I still, kind of talk about always is it was something we can control.
Right.
Nowadays in our industry, and especially the entertainment industry, you don't have control over that much. But it was something we could control, whether we bought the music equipment.
Okay.
Our dad is a DJ. He knew a lot of DJs over the years. Long story short, we knew kind of an inside of how to get started.
Were you always performing? Like, I come from 6 siblings in my family, and we were always like performing and but none of my siblings can sing. None of them can play instruments.
Well, I can
they're
tell
not,
you,
they're not the most talented, but we would get up as a
They're-
group and perform and play. That
Yes.
kind of, were
Well,
you guys
we were
always
actors.
Hold on,
doing
hold
that?
on. Let me rephrase that.
Here we go.
They're a vaudeville act. But you guys still.
You are such a bitch. My family is not a vaudeville act.
Well, when you come out of the trailer and you're like,
Fuck
doing
you.
your
We
own
grew up in
thing.
Orange County. We did not grow up in a trailer. And you tell everybody, for our audience listening, I did not grow up in a fucking double wide. Do not listen to this kid.
He said it, not me.
This is the guy, Pol who was born in Kuwait in a fucking tent from Syria.
He said I did not come out of a trailer. That was so funny.
A double what?
Double wide.
Not true. At least we had running water in our home.
Double whites have running water. You plug in the hose.
Anyway.
Yes, thank
Anyway.
you. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, so we ended up we started doing our music and,
Okay.
and
At least at the end of this
but going back to it,
interview,
yeah, so we
Ryan,
were
just real quick,
entertainers.
by the end of this interview, I know we'll still be in relationships. That's
You're not kidding.
we were entertainers and we were actors
Yeah.
already. We loved, obviously being in front of the camera. It was nothing too different, right?
Who sings in the group? All of you?
No,
Bobby's a singer.
We would say
Yeah.
he's the singer.
Who does the guitar?
No, we don't play.
No
guitar.
guitar.
we're
We're
not like
we're not
a band. We're not like
We're
a
not a
band.
band.
Not like
Oh,
a
so
band.
if you
Well,
can-
then how do you
We're-
perform
if
band
you
with
play
doing
a-
a group?
No, we're a group.
Music
Your
group.
music
So you all
group.
sing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lead
We're
singer
like-
and backup.
We're like
Well,
3 Drakes and a weekend.
Ooh, 3 Drakes in a weekend.
Drakes
Well,
in a
I don't know.
Drakes in a-
That's a sick group. I think he's in jail.
Bobby, I think you're the
Isn't
weekend.
Drake in jail?
I think I'll be the weekend, but that sounds cool. 3 Drakes and a weekend.
that.
I got
Drakes.
the and, just so you
You
guys
should
know.
change the name of the band from Ochoa
let's-
Boyz to 3 Drakes in a weekend.
Well,
Hey,
let's say
3 Drakes
this.
and a
To
weekend.
make
They're not
it-
a band.
To make it
They
Who
just
said
told
they're a
you.
band?
They're not a band.
Oh, you're a
They're
group.
a music group.
What's the difference between group and band?
They don't
A
play
band,
any
a band.
instruments.
So here we go. So
Yeah.
just like you said, I actually do play instruments,
Yeah.
but for our music, we don't do like the generic like band. Like that's why when somebody thinks of a band, they think of like okay,
On
I
stage
sing,
live.
they
They think of
play
the Jonas
guitar.
Brothers.
Yeah.
We don't do that. Yeah,
The
it's-
Jonas Brothers are a band.
Yeah.
We're a group. We're a
Exactly.
music group.
here's the thing. Our choreographer, who
Drink your coffee, you guys, because you
is Shane Sparks. He literally calls us DJs on stage because we're performers.
DJs on
Okay.
stage.
We're literally performers.
Yeah, we're performers.
And do you go on tour?
Oh, we've been
Oh,
on
of
tour
course.
many times. Many
Okay.
times.
When is the next tour start?
I want to come on tour with you guys.
Well,
Let's
maybe
go.
I want to be a roadie. I've never been a roadie.
Depending what
We'll
Wednesday.
start it here in this
Depending
building.
what Wednesday this drops.
Yes.
Every Wednesday, I have a thing on social media called Ryanator Wednesday, and this
Ryanator?
Ryanator Wednesday.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, we could talk about that later.
That sounds like
that's
something pornish.
Well, tell us, what is Ryanator?
We'll talk about Ryan Nader
That's terrible.
later.
What is Ryanator? Tell us, our audience
Yeah.
doesn't know.
so Ryanator Wednesday started years ago.
Okay.
Even we're talking 2016, and it turned into like I would do like shout out videos to. Again, I don't use the word fans. I do not like that.
we don't
word.
either.
I feel like if somebody supports
We say air conditioners. Yeah.
air conditioning.
For air conditioning.
Yeah.
I feel like if somebody
Coolers.
supports me or my brothers, we become a family, and
Sure.
you're a supporter, right?
I agree.
And anyway, so every Wednesday now and then during during the pandemic is kind of when I brought it back. Every Wednesday I call it Rhinator Wednesday, and it's turned into like just a day where I post content. It's like my day I post, Instagram posts, but it's like my give back. And it's now turned into I go live on TikTok, but it's turned into like a celebrating the small victories and the mini victories that happen during the week, because I feel like everyone's always pushing for the long-term goals that you don't really celebrate the daily and the little victories that you accomplish.
I'm not gonna lie. He just stole his line. Celebrating the mini victories is definitely what he talks about.
We could ask them all.
He just straight.
I feel like I'm hearing an echo in here.
Yeah.
How do you
Raymond was
guys
talking.
stay focused as a group and stay away from like the drug use, the alcohol? How do you
How do you know they're staying away from it?
No, because every time I don't see them doing that.
Do you see those veins? I don't know.
Honestly, exactly. He's right. That is a big one for all of us. But the gym has definitely been a big focus. We all now have turned into we're so focused on when the next workout is. We don't have time to think about.
Yeah.
I've had many interviews where I talk about this,
Right.
but
I mean, you don't have to shoot up steroids either.
exactly.
I feel you.
But we're so. But at the end of the day, besides that, the two biggest is our parents and our family. We're very but our faith too. I mean, we're so faith-based and we go to church every week. Like, I feel like...
What religion are you guys? Catholic?
We're Catholic.
Yes, I was raised Catholic too.
Yes, we're very...
I mean,
Were any of you altar boys?
No, but I
was an
know...
altar boy.
No.
We actually were a little bit...
We've just been so... We're so busy. I mean, we've been...
I mean, I pray. I pray all the time. I mean, we're on our knees all the time.
I would say we're a big inspiration for us in a way. Not too many people.
I will vouch he's on his knees.
Because he used to be an altar boy and he used to mess with that priest. He's shared some stories. I mean, he used to get that guy liquored up with vodka and what else did you put in?
Yeah, on Sunday Mass we used to I was like the bad child in
still
in
is.
school.
I mean,
because we went to Catholic school.
Well, you know what they did in Catholic school? What happens in Catholic school stays in Catholic school.
I was the one that brought cigarettes in and taught everyone smoking in the school.
Wow.
That's not what we do at our...
On Sunday Mass, when they bless the wine,
of course.
I had switched the wine out for vodka, so the priest was blessing it, took a big swig thinking it's wine. Eyes nearly came out of his head. He took this
That's my husband. Wow. Be jealous, everybody.
Well, we definitely both went to two different churches. That's
No wonder you make dresses for a living.
Be jealous, everybody. Be jealous. That's what I'm married to.
Thank you.
We're so proud of those stories. We're so proud.
Keep sharing those ones.
I was having fun, you know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I'd say a big inspiration for us is Mark Wahlberg.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Why?
Because I mean,
He's always around the corner at Mastro's getting dinner.
The fact
Always.
that I just saw him, I was with him on Cinco de Mayo. It was really cool. And going back to it, is he's used his platform to spread Catholicism, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And that's why he is the way he is.
But it's also the way he explains it. He says, "Look, I don't, he's like, I support all religions. He's like, I don't throw it in people's faces, but he's also not afraid to share. You know what I mean? And that's like how we are.
And the
I
Catholic
think,
Church has changed so much. I mean, when I was your age, being gay, you were scorned upon. You couldn't. Now it's an open, it's accepted.
Oh yeah,
and that's come a long way.
Yeah,
a long way. When I was your age, I was told if you're gay, you're going to hell. Basically.
I was going to say something, but I'm not sure if it's appropriate, but I'll go anyway.
Go ahead.
Well, how did you think I learned how to be on my knees?
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, tomorrow, Sunday, we are going to church, boys.
There's no boundaries.
Do you go every Sunday?
Every Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful thing to keep a family together.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful thing to keep your priorities together.
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful thing for you to be able to internalize and recognize your achievements, appreciate, help, and respect every other human that's on this earth, because we're all sharing it together.
Do you all still live in the same house? You all still live with the parents?
We do.
Yeah,
You
we
do?
do.
now,
And right now we're
Currently,
doing,
yes.
which we'll talk to, where it's because mostly we're working on a big project, so it's easier to be together.
Okay.
Which we'll get to. It's one of.
I mean, it's not easy to have like a huge mansion spread out.
It's not easy.
I get it.
really
Take a
not.
golf cart from
Do
one
any of
to
you
the
share a
other.
room or no?
Not anymore. Me and Ray used to, for the longest time.
Being over 21, there comes a point where, going back to the first question about dating, I mean, come on.
Let's be honest. Did I have a baby sharing a room with my brother?
But for the longest time.
Wait, does your girlfriend live with you?
No.
They did it on Shameless.
Okay.
Oh,
It happened all the time.
Yeah,
He was on Shameless.
I know.
Bobby was on Shameless. Yeah, he was on.
That was actually.
We're such a close
We actually
family.
heard. It actually goes back to. I'll just mention her quick. We know that you guys are kind of close to Sammy as well.
Yeah.
Sammy Hamready. I worked with her on the episode. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
So,
God.
He ex-nated her
We're
off
so
the show.
close, Bobby.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a whole other like story. But actually, yeah, like me and her worked, and I actually, not a spoiler, but it is a spoiler. I actually killed her character.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when people watch
She said,
that,
wow.
I know, because I'm like,
So-
wow.
so if you watch
Yeah.
it, just know that was me. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
You don't say. That's why I say ex.
What's his name?
I don't like that word.
Macy.
William Macy.
Yeah,
Bill Macy.
oh, really?
Such a nice guy. We've gone to his
we were with
events.
him,
He is such
really
a
good
good
guy.
That's
a
awesome.
couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Really cool guy.
Actually, just
He's like, boys. He goes,
Yeah, nice guy.
boys, you know.
You're the
Yeah.
boys?
Yes.
We're the boys.
Boys with a Z.
With a Z or
With
the
a
boys
with a
with a
Z,
Z?
like you guys.
Because
Exactly.
we want to reach
Who
everybody.
came up with the name Ochoa Boyz? Who came up with the name Ochoa Boyz?
Well, honestly, it was really hard to think of the Ochoa part, but you know, we just kind of said, "Hey, let's go with our last name, right?"
Boom.
Ochoa, easy.
Yeah.
And we're 4 boys. At the time, we were all not
Question.
adults.
But Destiny's
Boys.
not in the group
No.
now, right?
She'll
Yeah.
do a feature.
For the audience,
She'll do a
Destiny's
feature.
our little sister.
Destiny's
Destiny's little sister.
There you go.
She'll do a feature when she's 16, 15, 16.
How old is she now?
11.
11.
I remember when she was like 6.
She's grown so
That's how long we've known you guys. It's
Well,
great.
we met Adrian when my mom, the week before she was born.
That's right.
Wow. Yeah.
We met Adrian.
And we met you guys through Adrian
Same.
at one of her parties, and then we see you every year.
Because then
Yep.
she was born a month, a week later after we met Adrian, and then
Wow.
Adrian threw my 16th birthday at their house, and then we have a photo at my party of Destiny. She was literally a little baby.
Wow.
And now,
At
if we,
Adrian's house.
if we talk about how old you just turned a couple of days ago, that was over 10 years ago.
Wow.
That party was.
So we've known you for
a long time.
years.
Long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
You guys were immature little babies. Now you're mature adults
men.
taking over the world.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Thank you.
And to still be here with you guys sharing these moments, I think is something to be said.
Well, I always tell everybody, I just posted this on my birthday post a few days ago. I said, you know, we all love doing what we do, but it's really the relationships. And I said this in my post, that every year my appreciation and gratitude grows, because not just because of, you know, that we're able to do what we do, but it's the relationships that we're able to make over the
Yes.
years, but also maintain.
Sure.
Which is cool. Like, everybody in our life we've known now for over 10 years.
And
At
to-
least.
to go
that's
off
like
that,
a minimum.
We don't have
Yeah.
we don't have friends. And it sounds like a quote from Fast and the Furious, but it's true.
We got family.
We no, it's not, and I'm not lying about that though,
Yeah.
because like if you think about it, friends can come and go. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Friends you can have a friend for
Relationships
a few-
can come and go.
Exactly.
Those are
Families
acquaintances.
forever.
This is an eye
Those are-
roll, audience. If you can't see.
Families forever, you know, like you're literally family to us at this point.
Yeah.
You know, you're not
Yeah.
friends to us, you're family to us. We've known us
Absolutely.
for over 10 years. And that's
I
how
know.
that's literally how every relationship is. We don't have friends because
I mean, look at him. He's dating the same girl from I don't know where. Like, think about that.
Paul's referring to
Jesus.
Bobby. For those
Okay,
of you who
so-
can't
Referring
see.
to Bobby.
You know what though? We have so many things to cover, and
Yes.
I really appreciate you guys are here. And I know we all have limited time. We have.
I don't. I have nothing to do. So
Me neither. I just had to say that.
I plan my
But
whole day here,
I
so.
know, right? I
Makes
got
it
nothing
sound
to do.
let's make us look important,
I
guys.
know, right?
they have stuff
Let's
to do.
pretend.
I
Let's
don't.
pretend. We only have church tomorrow. So. But we have a beautiful segment that what we at this point in our show, what we love to do is Runway Rundown.
Yeah.
And we're going to go through some beautiful red carpet looks, and that we're going to be critiquing. Yes!
Do you have
Let's
red carpet
go.
looks with
You
me?
look like you're shocked.
No, I was, do you have red carpet looks with me?
Runway Rundown is the good, the bad, and the ugly bitches.
And let's see what you guys fall
Are we
in
able to
category.
disagree?
Okay.
And agree?
Of course.
Okay,
What's your
okay,
opinion?
Are these pictures of us? On
Maybe.
the-
We don't
Maybe
know.
not.
Oh,
Our
we don't
producers
know.
like to surprise us the
Okay.
minute before.
So the first one we're going to talk about a band, a very famous
Okay,
band.
so now there's 7 of them, and oh my God, they're
Is
hideous.
there 7 in the band?
1, 2, 3,
Is it
4,
BTS?
5,
BTS.
6, 7.
BTS.
There's 7 of them. And you know what? I don't understand why they have their jeans hiked up all the way to their nipples. I mean, it's just way so high. Whoever styled them, you
BTS.
guys tell us.
Yeah, BTS.
This is BTS? What do you guys think about the look?
I don't know if
Do they know what they're doing? Did they have a stylist on
Do
staff?
you
or
think
do you think
BTS
they were
has a-
just trying
you want to
to
know
be...
what's interesting to me? That all of them have like a different look, except
yeah.
those two. Whoever those two are, they're kind of similar. But everyone else like kind of like has their own thing going.
That's
for
because
them.
they look like they went to a thrift store and picked up whatever was on
The best
dollar
one, in
sale.
my
When you're
personal
that
opinion,
big.
is the one in the middle. The one in the middle on the kind of like suit vibe
Yeah,
without
Well,
the
the one
overcoat.
on the far end kind of
When
has
you're the-
my fashion though. He's got like he's dressed like he's
the
going to the
Hawaiian
beach.
shirt.
He's going to Hawaii, Miami.
pants don't work
But
for it.
but if you move over the other way, it kind of goes back to our last questions. It kind of feels like a Catholic school, right?
Yeah.
They feel like they're went for the Catholic school look.
When you're the
biggest band in the world,
Yeah.
You gotta watch what you say about these guys.
No, I'm just saying the end. The guy on the end.
Well, they
doesn't,
should watch what they're wearing because it's hurting my eyes. I mean, we're talking about fashion. We're not
As a
talking about
band,
their
what do you guys
singing.
think of
I love how
BTS?
I love how that
What are
looks
your
like-
opinions on BTS as a band?
I think what they did was able to bring another style of music to us.
Yes.
And it's being appreciated all around the world, and I think that's awesome. That's groundbreaking for the music industry. So I think it's a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
to be honest with you, I'm not gonna critique them because I know who they are.
Yes.
But I think I've heard part of a song, but I don't really listen to them, so I wouldn't critique
Well,
them.
I couldn't critique their music because I'm not a musician.
But I've heard
I
their
can
music and it's
critique-
all the same. I don't
it
see
is.
anything different.
It
It's
is.
like they
Okay.
change the
Are
lyrics,
they-
same music.
Are they a band or are they musicians?
No, they're a
They're
band.
They're a band.
They're,
They
but
actually
they don't
play
play
instruments?
instruments though.
They don't play instruments.
No, but
They're
they
all
dance.
vocal.
They all
They're
dance
dancing.
together.
They're like
Yeah.
another NSYNC
Yes.
in a way.
You
Yes.
guys, I dance all night. You don't even know how many poles I climb up. Like, come on.
They're a K-pop.
They're a
band,
K-pop.
Yeah.
Crew.
Yes.
They're a K-pop.
They're K-pop.
like,
What do you think of K-pop?
It's not my.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, look
Oh,
at
I
this.
do
saw
see.
those
I
guys.
do see the next
Go
photo.
before we
Yes.
get. I on a total different note about them.
Sure.
They're as a music group ourselves. Who I mean. For those that know us and our loyal Ochoanizers, as we like to say,
Ochoanizers.
our Ochoanizers, Ryanators,
Like the
and
Ryanator.
The Ryanators and
Ochoanizers.
Ochoanizers. The ones that have been there from the beginning, and then
ready?
even the new ones that are
Don't
just
say it. Wait,
Shut up! Shut up!
his are Ray Rockers.
Ray Rocker.
It's Ragers now, okay?
Rager.
Rager sounds sick.
We're on a Rager,
But don't listen to. Let's
Hey.
talk about the Sicky Rickies.
I
didn't even
didn't
address that. Someone
No,
just
I
made
know.
those.
I'm just kidding.
in mine, we talked about like not doing as much drugs, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Staying away from that. But
You're addicted to the baba.
Bobaholics.
That sounds sick.
Bobaholics.
Bobaholic.
Yeah,
That sounds
don't be
sick.
an
But anyway, go back
alcoholic,
to
be a Bobaholic.
the Ochoanizers. Those that know us,
a new one.
we've been doing this like we said
That
for
was like
10
10 years
years.
ago.
Yes.
And going back to what you just said about them, our music is constantly changing and we're constantly getting better as writers, just all around. We're growing, you know what I
Right.
mean? We never want to stay the same.
Just to tag off him for 1 second about the inspiration part. What also is inspiring is that it has been multiple years and they're still sticking together.
Yeah.
I think that's
That's a
important.
beautiful
like,
thing.
As us together doing it for over 10 years of music, like we've seen artists blow up in front of us and break up in front of us.
Wow.
Right?
Oh my
gosh,
that's a great
thing to
to
talk
see
about.
Blow up and break up.
blow up and break up. So
I like
to see
it.
them still together and still doing it, that is inspiring. And they're not brothers, right?
Yeah.
We actually are
I feel like
brothers.
I know
So
what
to
you're gonna
see
say.
like
They
see friends or
definitely-
whatever they are, you know?
I know a few people that are really big fans of them.
Yes.
And they definitely have their preferred member of the group, right?
Yes.
They definitely have their member like, oh, that's my favorite. That one's my favorite.
Yeah.
But and they know that.
I can't name any of them.
There's no way that they don't know that they have their own specific like fan bases.
Identity.
Yeah.
But they still stick together. They still don't go and branch off like the way NSYNC did. Justin Timberlake knew he was a superstar,
Right.
and he went and did his own thing. They definitely have the possibility.
Britney helped.
They definitely have their. I know, but they definitely have their choice to be able to do their own thing if they wanted to. But it's cool that they still stick together as one and stay that way. So
That's what I tell him every day. I'm like, please don't divorce me because we're better together than we are separate. Because I mean, could you
You
imagine?
really are.
We're so much
I
better
have to say,
together.
it would be
I like to say
it would
cheaper
be
to keep her.
really weird. To it would be really.
Did you see that abuse from him?
I saw it. That was
saw the
not
abuse
that
from
was,
you.
And for the audience that didn't see
verbal
Paul just hit me.
Verbal and physical. Verbal and physical. It works.
It's a great chemistry.
Shut up! It was nothing like the abuse, though. That you, whatever. Like, I don't talk about that anyway.
Last night's
Last night's abuse.
Well, you're wearing
You are wearing a bracelet.
There's part of the one handcuff.
Okay, next we have another runway rundown.
Okay, this is called the black and whites. You tell me who they are and what they're wearing.
Dang, that one.
Okay.
Though.
Let's talk about
He
the
knows
one
what
in the middle.
he is doing.
Are
Who's
they?
that?
Well, it's real simple. I'll make it real fast.
Yes.
The one wearing the black is the leader. That's why.
Is everyone,
The one in the
going?
black didn't get the memo.
Tell
What's
us
happened.
who is the one wearing the black.
was
The audience.
upside
The
down.
one wearing the black would be moi.
Is everyone going to see this
oldest
photo?
one-
That's
as
Rick,
well?
you
Okay.
guys. Rick.
You know
is
what's
Juan.
cool about this though?
Yeah.
Is no,
You just rolled out of bed?
I don't know. Yeah,
You
exactly.
guys
We
just showed up?
I don't know why, but it works.
It works.
We're all wearing the same white shoes.
Okay.
Shout out to Velato. But what we've noticed is over the years, we just realized like just wear what you want to wear. It's like, hey, we're gonna coordinate. Wear some white. I don't know why he wore the black though, the black T-shirt.
He didn't want.
But do you
he
guys
wanted to be able-
coordinate your looks together when you do like a show?
So
shoot?
we
Like
did-
today, did you
This
coordinate all
would
that?
be this would be a
no.
performance outfit, I would say. Like we would show up and rock the stage with that.
Got it.
Let's emphasize this.
Yeah.
When we first started the group, we
Yes.
all matched. We all wore the same thing. We looked matched. It looked
Yeah.
like a boy band.
Yeah.
But it
As
started
we
to get
got older,
tougher. It
as-
started to get
yeah.
tougher because trying to dress him, who at the time was like
Rick, they're talking
like,
about
oh,
Rick.
Trying to dress Rick when he was like 18, age, and
To look
Raymond
like a
Raymond was
12-year-old.
only like
Raymond was
only
still
like 10.
rolling around with Heelys on his
Yeah, it was really hard to find the same clothes. So we
Just got out
stopped-
of diapers, pretty much.
But we definitely had our own, like, of all talking about this, we all had our different fashions. We all had our own style of clothing that we liked to wear.
Yes.
As we got older, we just said, hey, we'll say maybe the same color scheme, like, hey, we're gonna wear black today, or we're gonna wear white and red, or whatever it may be.
But let's
but
BTS
it's, but
it a
in
little
our
bit.
but in our own style.
Right.
Wear it in your own style. And
Bobby,
that's what
you
we
said
did.
about Rick, so it's interesting because I don't understand how you have your dad's name, you're the junior, and you're the oldest Rick. So how did you get skipped for the carrying your dad's name and your brother got?
Somebody
So-
else is the favorite.
It's like
So-
Rick stole your name.
I will say I will.
I guess there was just too many COVIDs happened, too many times standing around. It was supposed to stop at me, and then
Yeah, exactly.
kept
So,
popping out like
here's
rabbits.
the
You know
thing,
what
they
it
always
is?
say
You were
third-
so perfect. They just needed to duplicate.
Yeah, that's true. They say
Aw.
third time
And they
is
missed the
always
mark
the
each
charm,
time.
right?
Go ahead.
But then isn't
Right.
it funny because then I get forgot about,
Once they had me, they're like, oh, we don't need any more boys. We have a perfect one.
So let me answer your
We
question.
got it. We
To
got
answer-
it finally.
To answer your question, Patrik, let me just say.
Because are you second in line? You're not.
I'm third. They always
third
say
in line,
third.
right? Yeah.
Third is always the charm, right?
Okay.
Third time is always the charm, and that's how they just created their favorite son.
But you're the middle child.
I am the middle, the third.
Yeah.
We're
So
the middle
third.
child too.
I am too.
Well,
yes.
according
Third
to the other
always-
night, I'm the middle child. Someone just said.
Well,
But being
Who was that?
I don't know.
Remember, someone kept
I
saying
don't know.
I'm the middle child.
But he's not because we have our sister. So there's 5 of us, and I am
Restaurant.
3.
Right.
So. But basically,
Don't show your middle
restaurant.
finger at me like that.
That's why I went like this. I was
Jesus.
trying to give you a high five.
Oh my God.
But it's normally like my
trying to show off
brother
juniors.
is my dad is Harvey Edward Siegfried, and my brother is Harvey Edward Siegfried Jr. So it's senior and
Oh my
junior,
God.
and he's the oldest child.
Are you
of our
freaking
sibling.
kidding me?
We're German, bitch. You already know this.
No wonder they call us Siegfried and Roy. Your name is Siegfried.
That's what I was.
No, my brother's
shit.
name and my dad's name.
Wait,
not
are you
me.
really related to?
My brother and my dad, not Siegfried and Roy. No.
Oh my
I
God.
don't have Siegfried as the name. But so don't you? I mean, to me, that's kind of weird. That's kind of different that this firstborn child does not take the father's name.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
think they expected to have so many boys.
Yeah, I think honestly, originally it was gonna be like a father, like a boy and a girl. Like that's all they wanted. But then they just kept popping out boys, so they just wouldn't stop until my mom.
And
got
I
her
heard my
girl.
mom just.
I'll leave it at this.
That's
She
the
really
truth.
loved the name. She told me she just really loved the name Rick. That's what she
Yeah.
wanted to.
Right. But don't you feel like Aaron is spare? That just kind of
I'll leave
sucks.
it
But
at
his
this.
name,
I came to spare at the
Rick's
I didn't make that
gonna
mistake.
leave this interview like,
Okay?
I already feel like the mule. I'm always carrying all the weight already. So.
Hey, I didn't make that mistake. My son is named after me. I do,
Yes, he is.
I do
Oh.
have a baby Raymond. Okay, so I
Okay.
didn't make that mistake.
Last one we're gonna do because they are super famous and they're super hot too, by the way.
Yes,
Love them.
yes.
Jonas Brothers.
When I see
Okay.
them, what's the first thing we think of?
Conversations
We actually were.
Do you guys look up to the Jonas Brothers?
Okay.
Almost.
We were actually in a magazine.
I honestly think that it real. I'm not just saying this because they're the Jonas Brothers. I think it really makes sense, especially the fact that they are older now, a lot older than us. We should like totally tour with them. It would be, wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be awesome.
There's no other brother groups like it.
No.
Us and them.
But there's only 3 of them, right? There's
only
4 of
3.
you. So who would you kick out of the band? Who would you kick out of the
we
group?
would just open.
We would before.
No, if you had to pick one person to kick out of the group, pick.
Well, to kick out is
Well, Ryan's gonna be
to kick out is to be hard. So I'll just step out. I'll be the one to just step out.
Oh my God, that's so
kidding.
fun. Who would you kick out?
Ryan.
Pick a name.
Ryan.
I don't honestly.
You'd kick yourself out?
Honestly, I don't want to pick anybody.
I've always
but
been
if I did-
behind. I've always done a lot of the work for the group too, so it'd probably be. And I'm the oldest, so I'd probably.
Well, we've talked about this.
yeah, let's
we
say I
did.
have.
We did an album without him.
Yes.
Not necessarily without him. He was involved.
Without Rick.
Yes,
Without
but our
Rick.
album, basically, in a 30-second story, we started the group with Rick we did basically one full album that we were performing, that everybody knows, all of our shows and stuff. The album was never released though public, like on Apple Music. This was before streaming.
Why not?
It was like before streaming platforms.
Because I sound like
Got it.
Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's why.
And the reason is, yes,
That's
exactly.
the real reason.
Well,
That
then
is-
Ray, you should be kicked out.
But now I lead the group. You can't kick out the
now I'm
leader.
the songbird of my generation.
Okay, we all decide Rick is the one that gets kicked out.
We were on Sound. It was only
Sorry,
on
Rick.
SoundCloud, and we only did albums for it, mainly because we performed so much that we were selling all of our CDs at the shows anyway. Now, with that being said, when it finally got time, I don't know. We kind of had a year where we were us 3 were me, Bobby, and Raymond did a lot of acting stuff. He kind of was all focused on the music and college. So
and animation,
And
which I
animation,
just told you I
which he
opened
was
up my
talking
own
about.
company.
Very
so.
cool.
So kind of we're doing it with music, kind of got put on on a hold for like that year. So he was like, look guys, I'm going to go full time on I'm going to go to finish my school, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, great. And we obviously supported him. Just it somehow happened that as soon as he kind of stepped away, us 3 were like, well, now we had all this time now. We're like, hey, let's do music again. So we told him, hey, look, we're going to do an album.
Right.
We'll do one song with you, which everyone
so
kind of knows
generous.
is everyone.
I know.
And I'm not just saying this.
It is
Everybody
one of our
knows
best
it is
songs, though.
It is probably the strongest song
Yeah.
and the most mature song, even to this day. And
What's the name of it?
Real One.
Okay.
Real One.
It is, and to this day, it's still like
Basically,
it is-
So in a wrap up for our audience, you guys, Rick is the one that they would all kick to the curb.
From all the pictures that we just saw, you guys are in the same category as BTS and Jonas Brothers.
I agree.
Because you guys are real, you guys are together, you guys have been doing this for a while, people recognize you, they know you. Maybe they're not coming out in million, droves, but you've got your
Yet.
But you've got
and you guys are all relatable.
You've got your air
Which I like.
conditioners, your Terminators, your
lit though.
One cool fact is when we were touring too, there was a big magazine that came out or like an article that, and we were in there. It was literally them and us. Like
Because I think it's a beautiful thing that family comes first.
Absolutely.
And everything else is secondary. And whatever journey you guys take in life, then you're still one whole unit.
Well,
Yes.
I guess to like put the cherry on top of this topic, the big thing that's happening within us right now, aside from the music, is we just, for a lot of people know, but I actually wrote a screenplay about a little over a year ago that we filmed last year. And it's turned into an Ochoa family project.
Wow. Amazing.
But it's our big project. We're almost done with the film.
Okay.
But all of us are involved.
I think Carolyn Hennessy's in that, right?
Carolyn
Yes.
is in it.
Yeah.
She plays she's a very big role. actually.
Carolyn is on season 4 of our TV show, Gowning Out in Beverly Hills, and we also filmed she's been on our podcast already.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I
back-
never got, my agent never called me and told me that I had a role in
well,
this.
well,
The
You're
truth
agent-
is, Paul, we couldn't afford you. That's the truth.
You were just too much.
Ryan, next movie, we need a small role.
Oh, you guys will
movie.
be-
I want to be in this one.
It's already wrapped. It's already done. But going back to
How about the
how I said
outtakes?
about the
Okay.
relationships,
Yes.
I worked with Carolyn in 2014.
Yeah.
I called her 8 years later.
It's amazing.
8 years later, we only worked together in one movie for like a few days on
She's
Mostly
a
Ghostly.
professional.
She's awesome.
I called her 8 years later, and she was there in a heartbeat.
great.
Yeah.
And she is unbelievable
Yeah,
in that
she is.
movie.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But
What's the
yeah,
name of the movie? Can you tell
It's
us
called
again?
Second Chances.
Second
But we're
Chances.
all in it. It stars myself and our little sister.
And when does that come
Destiny.
out?
Can't tell you that.
Okay,
yet.
but
Oh my
soon?
God!
Yes.
I need my big break.
Yeah.
This
You
is
have
second
it.
chance.
But I can promise you this: you will be at the premiere.
Perfect.
If you want to come,
Here's the thing.
even though you're not in.
Ryan wants you to do his dress for the premiere.
We already
There you
talked
go.
about this.
There we go.
You guys said you
gotcha.
were going to do my
I
outfit.
got you.
100%.
I got
Yes,
you.
yes.
Don't
My
worry.
dress.
Yeah, your dress.
We already talked about the dress.
Okay, everyone, we're going to play a game, but before we play a game, I'm going to really quickly remind you to rate, review, subscribe, hit the bell, the notification button so you get our episodes that we drop
just gotta
every
go to the bell.
Wednesday, bitches.
Wake up your dead grandmother. Go.
Yeah, wake her up too and tell her to subscribe. And you guys, make comments because Paul and I read all your comments and we sit down and we answer them and we'll answer you back.
I'm not. I'm gonna. I don't.
And on that note, Family Feud with a twist of fashion, bitches. Paul, go first.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I want a very, very straightforward answer, but do not talk over each other. Do not steal each other's questions. Do not steal each other's answers. All eyes on here.
I love this game.
I know. I'm like,
Okay, I'm already
love
in.
it.
It's
I love this game
Name
already.
a garment in your closet that only comes out on a special occasion.
Does jewelry count?
Yes.
Anything.
And this
Fashion.
ring I'm wearing.
What is the
The
ring?
tiger ring?
This ring,
Describe
I
it.
only wear it on special occasions. So I don't wear it every single day, but I only wear it when I know.
But
And
tell
this-
her, describe it because our audience can't see
describe
your
it.
ring.
It's
It looks like a tiger eye.
It's kind of like a tungsten, tiger eye. That's what he said. It has like the claws and everything too. But this ring only gets worn on special occasions. Obviously today.
Today's a
is a
special occasion.
Okay, what TV show describes your family? Start with you, Bobby.
What TV show describes their family? Honestly, man, this is a good one.
All in the Family.
You jumped right at me. This
Full
I'm under
House.
pressure. Yeah, Full House.
Full
That's actually a
House.
good one.
Full House,
Full
that is
House. That's a
true.
good one, actually.
Why?
I was gonna joke and I was gonna say Shameless, but that is so. I'm totally
Maybe
lying.
it is Shameless,
I'm totally
actually.
lying.
And
dude.
people, we've heard the Brady Bunch. People say
Yeah,
we just
Brady
keep
Bunch,
popping
yeah.
up.
But you're missing a kid.
That's
We
true.
would be the Brady Bunch because they used to call us the Simpson Bunch because there's 6 of us.
Yeah, honestly,
I'd
that's,
say I have a lot.
I feel like I'm gonna not have the right
Entourage
answer.
is
but-
a pretty good one. I mean,
Entourage.
when we
Entourage, yeah.
when we go out together, there's 4 of us, 4 guys.
Yeah, and we also
I do- I
and
like
the
Entourage.
comedy
That's a
comedy
good one.
mixes in there. We are very comedic
And
within the
Vampire
household
Diaries.
as well.
Who spends the most money on fashion?
This is the perfect one to ask.
Yeah.
He's the perfect one to
It's
ask.
me.
I thought you were about to say who spends the most money on food.
Yeah.
And why? Why are you to spend the most on fashion?
Cause it's hard. It's
You just like spending
Tell them-
money. That's
tell them
why.
the line.
I like brand names.
Tell them the
And
line, Ray.
I
Tell
thought-
them the line right
Hey,
now.
Fashion before death.
That's right. Fashion before fashion.
And for me, my
Fashion
line is
before-
fashion in death. That means I'm going out fashionable.
That's actually.
You know what's
smart.
funny
I never
though?
thought about that.
Honestly, he probably spent it, but I feel like he always has a new outfit. Though.
And he
this one.
seriously, I kid you not.
Hear me out.
Whether we're going to the grocery store, going to the mall, going to an interview, red carpet, he has a new shirt every day.
Guys, it's not
This
new.
was
though.
his.
That's the thing.
This shirt is
That's
his.
the thing. It's not new. It's just the way you wear it. You know what I mean? That's what it. Like, guys, you can look on
Okay,
my
Bobby,
Instagram.
we complimented
Look
you.
at my-
Just stop.
Wait, I
The one
appreciate
that
it.
spends
But
the
look
most
at
is
my
me.
Instagram.
Okay.
I have this shirt on there.
Just because I buy, like the Louis Vuitton necklace.
Of course.
I like gold, so I'll buy, and I can't wear fake, so I bought a real gold ring.
Who can wear fake?
This is real gold necklace. Everything is real. That's the thing. I can't buy fake. That's the
can't say
thing.
the
That's the
same.
problem. I
This is
can't
a-
buy fake.
this
so
is
I
a
have
fake
to buy the real
Salvatore.
Who
gold
has a
ring.
man purse?
I'd say we all do, but he
me.
definitely,
They're not wearing
he's
it
definitely
right
the
now.
one that
I
he
wear-
definitely is the one that wears
He
it more.
decided to leave all his brands at home today.
I like
Yes, he came
Yeah,
together
yeah,
now.
If you
No,
know,
the fashion guy.
like
He's
all
very,
his
he's
fashion
very,
stuff.
very trendy.
And,
like-
and he's not
I
wearing
like
a suit,
my-
by the way.
I like
Raymond
spray-
is
Hold on,
very,
guys, don't
very
talk over each
trendy.
other.
I like spray ground bags. They look really cool.
Yeah.
They're the ones that go. I wear the
Yes,
crossbodies. Crossbodies, and I love the designs on all of them. So I own a couple. I always wear them.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Who wears the most hand-me-downs?
Me.
Him.
Ryan.
Ryan,
he's
why do you
wearing-
get stuck in the
no,
hand-me-downs?
He's wearing my shirt
And
right
I'm wearing
now.
his pants.
He's wearing
And
my
he's
own
wearing
pants.
his pants,
and
his shirt.
And
I'll tell you
he
what,
probably
Listen to
bought him
this.
the
Listen to this.
underwear.
And I mean this so
Yes.
true. He has so many new outfits, but for some reason, he doesn't like to go in his own closet, so he'll just take stuff from us and just be
love
like,
it.
Yeah.
it's true. And he has probably like 100 items for each pants,
You know what? It's a
shirts.
control thing.
It is.
He doesn't like to
I
put
can
away clothes. He likes to
control-
wear it and throw it
I
out.
can control my clothes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm like,
Can they wear your clothes or no?
No.
No,
no.
no.
We don't fit in extra small.
To be honest, to be honest with you
I don't wear
guys,
medium.
to be honest, here's an honest thing. Just the other day, Raymond borrowed my shoes, and Ryan was like, "You let him wear your shoes?" I was like, "Yeah, it's my brother. Like, I don't care, right?" And he's like, I just can't do it. Like we don't even think to ask him.
He's the first one to come to.
Well, you make me sound so.
I think the problem is Ryan actually buys it, but he doesn't actually know how to dress. He doesn't have fashion. He looks at how it was worn. He's like, that looks good.
It's kind of
He's mimicking how it was worn on the other two brothers.
With a little twist.
Exactly.
With a little twist.
What's your favorite snack?
Oh, I have to like
Cheetos or Doritos?
wait, so
What's the
wait,
difference
wait,
between those two? We have to pick those two?
Yes.
All right,
Oh,
you want to
yeah.
hear what?
Let me eliminate those two. What's your favorite snack? Because fashion is all about brands. Fashion is all about what you put outside.
Yes.
But I want to know what you take inside.
What do we put
Oh, yeah, that's
inside?
good.
That's
good.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's your favorite snack?
Well,
What do you like to snack on?
I already
Yeah.
know what Raymond's gonna say.
Well, besides myself, I will say.
Cheetos.
Yeah.
love Cheetos.
Maybe we'll go back
Do you like
to
the
Cheetos.
Flamin' Hots?
Does it have to?
Because I'm flaming.
Does it have to be edible?
It could be anything. I want to know.
Well, in that case,
What's your favorite snack?
well,
Tell
my
me.
favorite snack.
Yeah.
My favorite snack.
Ryan, are you sure yet?
My favorite thing to snack on.
Yes.
People want to know. I want to know. And people never ask. They're embarrassed.
Yeah, I got.
I wanna know.
It was actually easier
Well,
when you said
when you said Cheetos or Doritos, it was easy because I had a really cool thing that our best friend is actually here.
You
and
could say one
he-
of those, but you don't have to.
I'm going to tell you this one out of those Doritos, but we actually, our friend
the
introduced us
green
who's here.
bag,
The green
the
bag.
limon ones.
Yes, but
Lemon.
you put cheese
those are good.
all over. We were
You
talking like
load cheese
just
on it and microwave
the
it.
shredded
I'm
cheese,
telling you,
shredded
it's
cheese,
so
Shredded
good.
cheese.
and put it in the microwave.
I love that.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Jokes aside, my favorite
You're
snack
welcome.
really is it's the lemon chili Pringles. Those are my
I've never
favorite.
had that.
Lemon
They're
chili
my
Pringles.
gosh,
favorite
yeah.
favorite snack. If we're being honest, that's my favorite snack.
I want you to be honest.
Rick,
Yes.
yours?
Wow.
God, you got to take a minute for this one. It's hard.
I do.
So many to pick from.
But we don't have that much time, Rick.
Bobby,
you
do you
gotta
know? Go,
answer.
Bob. I gotta
Okay,
think,
anyways, I'll go. I'm just
Yes.
kidding. No, there's two different kinds of snacks in my eyes. There's there's candy, and then there's like chips.
Yes.
Chips are different. I've always been like a sun chip kind of person.
Sun chips.
I've always liked sun chips.
Okay.
But if I were saying like candy, I'm thinking like chocolates and stuff. And recently I need to kind of stay away from some sugars, but like honestly I do like, have you ever had the peppermint sugar-free candy, the peppermint patties, the sugar-free ones?
Oh, yeah.
Those are you, a 90-year-old grandmother?
Those are dangerous. I'm not gonna lie.
Peppermint
patties are
He
just
is dating
dangerous.
older. So.
Do you have your peppermint?
I'm simple. Protein
Go
bar.
ahead, Rick.
Protein bar.
Protein bar.
Protein
I don't
bars
like
are
to.
good
I don't.
too.
I like the protein, the bar not so much.
He mentioned it. I've been on lately, like last month, I've been on this like score bar.
Okay.
Square bar.
Square
Yeah,
bar.
chocolate.
I don't know what it is. I love the
Chocolate
chai,
truffle.
but I love like the texture, the crunch when you bite into it too.
So you like some tongue action.
I'm a wizard.
Oh my God. That's another
Tongue wizard.
Big eye roll.
Wizard.
Okay, my last question for you guys. We've been joking, we've been having fun, but I want to get a little serious. What has been either one of the saddest times or one of the most challenging times for you guys in your life? From each of you.
Probably
gosh.
this interview right
Rick,
here.
start first.
Wait, this is actually, I
I'll
know
go.
you're gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make it as quick as
Sure.
possible. So when we stopped doing when I was out of the music group,
Yes.
I was doing animation, but it also, a lot of people know, it was one of the darkest times of my life.
Why?
Wow.
I was living in LA, but I was going through an ex relationship. My job got really, really tough. And I was working like crazy hours. And it just like, I was at a point where I was sometimes sitting there, I was just like, what am I doing in my life? It was just like, it's the only time in my life that was like
And
that.
he always would call us and just say like, I'm meant to be my own boss.
Yeah, and now I gotta say I am the happy. I own my own company. I'm doing music again, and then acting. I mean, last year I not knocked out. I worked the most out of all of us.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like it's been, and now we're working on, like you said. I don't even know if we talked about it yet.
Yeah, second chance.
And
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
the
did talk
movie.
about that, but
But
he also
he's the editor. He
which
edited
also
the film.
Okay, nice.
And the
just
visual
keeping it
effects.
towards him for a second. That's why this shirt reminds you of Great Gatsby, because that's who he is. This man is Gatsby right here.
Smile.
And Bobby, what about you for most challenging, most saddest, or most challenging time in your life?
That's that's actually like, to be honest, I've always been like a motivational kind of positive person. Like,
Right.
you know, I always look at things like that. So it's kind of hard to.
But there's
really,
got to
like,
be one time.
there is different times, and I will say there was a time where he was talking about when he actually had to make that decision of moving forward and doing something else when.
Right.
It kind of left us in a position of like, at the time, Rick was our main writer of our music and everything like that. So it kind of put all the rest of us boys in a situation where like, we don't want to do it without you. Like
Right.
we might just stop as well. Like
We had to step up
maybe we
really
should
big.
just literally stop, right? But
it
was
blossomed
a
something
tough
good.
situation and also a big like growth situation as well, where we had to say, look, this is something that we want to do. We have to step up even more, even though we weren't even adults yet.
Yes.
We're like, look, we got to make an adult decision right now and take on the role that Rick was challenging for the longest.
carrying all the
right?
weight. The
So that was a hard time. And as a family, when you're all doing the same business together, especially the entertainment business, it's the most unpredictable business in the world, right?
Very
And
difficult.
the hardest business,
Very
right?
difficult.
So at the same time, it's always a challenge, to be honest, if I'm being honest.
Ryan, go ahead.
I mean, obviously experiencing loss is always really hard. So I would say a few years ago we lost our uncle, but I would say like in an actual time frame, like the end of last year.
Yes.
Even though last year was a very, very exciting year for me, it was also a big year of change in my life. I wouldn't even want to think about it. Just a lot of change happened in my life, and then like as the new year hit, we lost our great grandma, and then like a week and a half later, I lost one of my childhood friends. So it was just like a lot hit me at once. So like now,
And how did you cope with it?
I just had, I mean, obviously, like I said earlier, definitely had to pray, but also like besides like being with my family, actually grieving. You know, it's actually like you have to experience it and you have to go through tough times just to really find yourself and build yourself up.
Sure.
But I think a big thing too is even on social media, I'm always preaching like, you know, stay positive, but I'm always talking about like going through the ups and downs. But if you actually don't live it yourself, you can't
It's hard to be able
Right.
to understand.
share it.
Yeah.
You can't share it with others. So I feel like, and I almost like know now that people don't just listen to me and listen to us because we're just like, oh yeah, we're always talking about the good times. People see us in the dark times too.
Sure.
And I was getting a lot of messages like, hey Ryan, we know you're going through a hard time. Because I literally posted like 3 posts straight on Instagram. Just lost my great grandma. Just lost my friend Jansen.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, my personal life, I was going through a lot of change as well. Just like with relationships, with friendships, with just a lot, you know?
Sure.
And I mean, you just have to really believe. And I mean, I have these guys, obviously, but I also have my mom and dad. My mom and dad are the biggest support systems, and they're always there. Even when nobody, like, they know they're our parents and they know we're a close family.
Right.
But you don't really see everything. Our parents are always there, and they're always, you know, the truth is they're always pushing us, and they're always, like, on our side.
And that's good that you have that. And
They're always on our side, and that's something that me personally I had to learn last year. That my dad and my mom were telling me things, and they're always just like, you know, we want what's best for you,
Sure,
for all of you, and for people to actually have their mom and dad like in their corner, there's nothing like it.
I know. I
There's
lost my
nothing
mother
like it.
last year. And when I lost my mother last year, my
I
mother
know.
was like
I
my
remember.
biggest cheerleader, biggest supporter. And it was, I think, one of the most difficult times in my life. But Paul was really there for me to pick me up and make me move forward. Because honestly, I didn't want to get out of bed. It was, I think, one of the hardest times in my life. And dealing with the grief. And I think that I had to finally just deal. Like, there's still days that I'll get up in the morning and I'll take her out and I'll just start crying because I'm thinking about her. And I think I'm always going to have that, like, probably for the rest of my life. So anybody that has their parents, I hate when people are like, oh, my mom did this or my mom did that. I hate that. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm just thinking to myself, you know, shut the fuck up. Thank God your mom can't complain to you. Your dad can't complain to you, because there's going to be a day that you're not going to have that luxury. You're not going to have that option.
One of my friends just lost his wingman. It was like he ended up, this guy took it. I don't want to say who it is just for privacy reasons, but somebody that I'm really close to in he's a crew member of mine that I've worked with on a few films now. He just lost like his sidekick. This guy took him in when he was 18 years old, and he called me. We talked for like 3 hours. I was in Las Vegas, and we talked for 3 hours, and he was just like crying to me on the phone, and I was crying back to him. And obviously I was like, I know exactly what you're going through. But the biggest thing he told me at the very end, he's just like, Ryan, I know you're out and you're not with your family right now. I know how close you are. He's like, but when you get back, just give your mom and dad an extra hug. You know, he's like, because one day they're not going to be there. And he's like, it's something that I have to figure out right now. He's thinking about going back home and living with his mom and dad too.
Right.
And it just really hit me. And I remember coming back and I was just like, just being around them too, you know, like there is going to be a day when you don't have that, like you said. And I just really love my mom and dad. And it's like, more
people should appreciate
and
what
it's
they
just
have every day.
they literally are best
The
friends.
thing with our
man.
parents
It's
too,
weird,
before we
like-
get to him, is that a lot of people, our parents, they're old enough age, but they're also young still too. So you know, they've had the experience, but it's almost like they're closer to, you know, instead of having like, oh, my parents too old, like they, you know, thing, which they'd obviously have a lot of wisdom, but our parents are still young, so it's like they know the things that we're going through, you know, and they've been together for so long too, like. They've known each other since they were in middle school.
Wow.
I'll just throw something
crazy.
out there. My dad always tells me, he's like, Ryan, there's nothing that you can do that I haven't done. He's like, if I tell you something, I'm telling you for a reason. This goes out to everybody. He literally says, if I tell you something, I'm telling you for a reason. There's
from
been,
experience.
And from experience, there's been, I could count on my fingers 3 times where I didn't listen to my dad. And the 3 times I literally think back and I'm just like, he was right.
And was your dad there to say, I told you so?
He was there to tell me I told you so. And I kid you not, there's been 3 times where I and it wasn't out of like anything like terrible.
Yeah.
But it was just
growing
3 things.
Sure.
3 things that I've done that I didn't listen to him. And thank, goodness, when he's told all of us, don't do drugs, don't smoke, it blah, 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 it only leads to this. I have listened to him and I can actually say, my mind it's different than the average person my age, And
Ray, go
all of
ahead.
us.
Okay, well, to go off what they were saying real quickly is that I read this and it's so true. Never ignore a parent's phone call. Always pick it up because you never know when that last one's going to be. That's one thing that I've always heard, and I was like, wow, that's super true. So I always answer my mom and dad's phone call, always. I'll be very real with you, and I'm going to, undress? Undress the truth.
Yes.
My honest answer was coming to terms of being a dad at 20 years old.
Yeah.
That was my most
tough.
challenging thing I've
Some
ever
people
gone
can't
through.
do it even when they're 50 years old.
That was the
Yeah.
most challenging thing, to come to terms with being a dad at 20, know where my life was going to go with, decide whether I was going to stop everything and just, become a 9-to-5 person that can barely support.
Right.
Or keep going at it and just know that I have to work 10 times harder because now I have someone relying on me.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
I think that's good.
And he's definitely stepped up, honestly.
And you're the only one with a child. None of you
The only
have
one,
kids.
yes.
Yeah.
But that's the truth. And to answer...
That kid's enough for all 4 of us right now.
to answer, how I was able to cope with it,
Yeah.
one of the best advice I got was from my dad. He told me, look around you, look at what you have. He's like,
Yes.
I became a dad at 20, and this is what I was able to provide.
Wow.
You can do it too.
It's good advice.
Exactly what he told me. And it's, and it made me less scared because I have a pretty damn good life for being.
But it's also comforting to know
Sure.
that you have somebody that you can trust, that you can confide in, which happens to also have the wisdom and support that backs you up for the decisions
And it's
that you
nice to know that you can count on your parents.
Yeah, that's a beautiful
And
thing.
that's the truth.
I mean, look, Dad's
my
with
parents-
us today.
Yeah.
My mom was there right away to support me and tell me that I could do it. And my dad gave me the best advice, saying that, I was the same age as you when I had Ricky. And look at your life. And
he came out all right.
Let's be honest, Ray. She was just excited about being a grandma.
But honestly, just to tag off of that, you said excited.
Little Ray today.
It was always until it was actually true. My mom said, just all right, go do whatever you want to do. Just don't make me a grandma. And as soon as it really happened, she's like, I'm so excited. She was so excited to be a grandma. Like, it was just funny.
for our last segment, which everybody loves to hear.
They love you
because
talking.
it's so exhausting. I'm like drained by the time this is done. Let me tell you.
Yes.
Spirits, please give me the strength to be able to do this right now. So Patrick's gonna pull up a name since we have multiple guests, and I'm gonna read somebody's coffee cup.
I'm gonna shake it because I don't
Okay.
think you shook it enough.
If you don't mind, what do you mean read someone's coffee cup? What's
I'm gonna show
We're
you.
about to find out, I'm assuming.
I am gonna pick.
Hard to find
Be
out.
patient.
pick me? And I'm like,
Padawan.
really want to be big. No.
Please be my name.
Please be mine.
Bobby.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, I'm actually excited. I love this.
Never get picked for anything.
I know. I never win.
Yes, that
I
was
never
me.
win.
This is your cup.
Yes.
Okay, so you drank it from one side, and that's the interior
Which side did he drink it
of
from?
your life. And then I flipped it on the opposite side so that it dries out, and that's the outside. So what I'm about to explain to you is the interior of what you feel, your house, your mood, and then the outside of what's happening in your life.
Okay. Wow.
True.
Interesting. You're righty.
Yes.
You drank from the right side. Okay, so I'm going to start on the outside because it's really, really interesting to see that there's an individual on the outside of, but now I know who that individual is, who lives outside your home that you're very connected to, has longer hair. Because I've never seen this person, but I can see the silhouette of the individual in a distance waiting for you. And it's almost like, are you going on a trip immediately? Because it seems like you're going on a trip right now. And wherever you're going is to her. Because that's what it looks like. And from the interior, I see that road paved all the way out to the other part. And I would have told you, since I didn't know, I would have said there's somebody outside your home that's waiting for you that you may or may not know. But now I know that you know. And there's a road, see the bridge that goes right from your interior of your house all the way out to her.
Interesting.
Wow.
And there's something special happening this time you go. A little different than the other times that you've seen this individual. There's either a gift, a present of some sort, or news, or something that is telling, that is more excitable than you've witnessed the other times that you've been there to be able to share the moments with this individual. And it's going to be a very, very different feeling when you get back.
Are you traveling
from this
soon?
trip.
I actually just did like a week and a half ago. So it's crazy. But if we're talking about this, she's actually coming out here in a couple weeks. If that's kind of what you're saying.
Okay, so maybe it does do a turnaround. So you see how it starts from here and goes there, and then from her it comes back to you.
Interesting.
So the whole thing is one circle. So it could
Wow.
be that if you did go there already, then she's on her way back, then it's coming to your house. Now, if I look inside your house, there's a party. There's a get-together within your house. There's a bunch of people, and something special is going to be happening here. So then whatever special is happening there, you may have had a conversation or a feeling, and that's going to be then coming back to your house and translating. Because whatever is happening in your home is going to be like a celebration. There's actually another person coming alongside with this person.
Yeah.
Is there like another person? Because there's two. There's the main person, but there's also somebody else that's either here or coming with them.
They're all coming.
Yeah, her family, but her brother will be traveling with her.
Okay, so because there is somebody else that's
That's
like
crazy.
either like holding their hand, or they're like kind of like support, or they're like, oh my God, I want to be there. I don't know. But there's somebody other than your family, your house, that then the other person is going to be involved with. And whatever is going on, maybe this person knows something that the other one doesn't know that's coming, because they're very integral to what's going to be happening, because it looks like they're very much into your home right now. I don't know if they've already been here. I don't know if they're already here before them, but they're inside your home. And whatever is happening, it involves inside your home. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a lot of people. It's like a group. Well, then just you guys is like a lot of people.
crazy.
So I don't know if there's like more people coming to this
Yeah,
or
the whole
if
family.
yeah, there's like, it's like a whole celebration. And I'll tell you one more thing. There's a blessing happening. So whatever this is, there's like this little beautiful cloud on top that's like opened up into like this little rainbow sort of a thing. And it's hard for me to describe some of the words, what I see, and I'm trying to practice still to be able to really understand how to be able to navigate the words. But the rainbow is like a future. It gives you like this, pot of gold at the end, sort of what they say.
Are you talking about Future with the Girl from Miami?
Yeah.
Are you sure? I mean, Raymond knows a lot about rainbows too. So.
Oh, well, what's a rainbow?
Explain.
You're so annoying.
Well, just to kind of tag off of what you're saying, it makes
Yes.
sense. And
Oh,
I will. This
wow.
is like undressing. This is like telling the honest truth. Her and her whole family are coming down, and her mom never travels. So this will be the first time her mom is going to be meeting my family.
Oh.
So
And
that
you said-
kind of
and you
feels.
said a
So this is getting serious.
So this is actually like sounds very similar to what you're talking about, and the story is panning out very soon. So yes.
Well,
so it
because the
makes sense.
celebration and that rainbow, and there's a lot of people, but it almost looks like, to me, that there's going to be some sort of a commemoration or a commitment or a ceremony happening, and which is what
So you're
I'm
getting
considering-
engaged?
Crazy.
Which is what I'm considering like the
Can I say-
blessing to be.
Wow.
Can I say
Because
it
there's
will be-
two.
Yeah, go ahead and say.
I want you to see. You see the guy like in a tuxedo is what I'm thinking, the darker one, and then see the one in front of it. And there's two heads kind of like coming
Ryan, there's something on
into
your brain.
one.
Yeah, well,
It's
earlier,
just
A little different.
yeah, it's a little different. Not like
Okay.
I don't know if this is what we're thinking, but earlier when we were talking about Ryanator Wednesday, and I ended up talking about that.
Yes.
There was a reason I brought it up is because I said depending on what Wednesday we announced this past Wednesday that next week we were going to announce that we're actually having our first performance, Invasion, coming up, and it's part of why they're coming out.
Wow.
And
We haven't
our
performed in a
invasions
lot of
are a party. Everyone's coming out. Yeah.
Where is
this
it?
is
I asked him. I actually don't know.
It will be out here in LA.
It's
So
in LA.
we
You
will
guys should
let
come.
you
Let
guys
us know. Yeah, we'll come.
It's at a really cool venue too.
But I'll tell you, when you guys are coming together, it also signifies that there's so many big forces that are uniting to be able to create this rainbow effect. And it's like a big explosion.
That's crazy.
So there's a lot of beautiful, and you know what? The cup reads really light and really positive.
You're not the first.
love that.
Everyone
Right?
freaks out when he does that.
Well,
this is the icing on the cake for me. Like everything you're
Well,
saying, I
basically-
have like so many things that. Like,
Yeah, well,
talk
basically,
about.
what that feels like in ours reading it is their family owns a big, huge, like they're part of the music industry and all that stuff,
Okay.
and they throw like events, and they have a company called Music Swipe, but they're holding an event and they want us to be a part of it.
Nice.
And perform, and we have, like we said, we haven't performed in a lot of years. We've
Yeah.
been building music, so this was a decision of, hey, should we do this performance or not, or
Right.
and it's kind of us coming together with them.
Well, it is,
to-
because that's what I see, like
love
a
it.
union between the
Yeah.
two things, and it's like this big explosion, but it's a huge celebration.
Yeah.
But there's more to it, and I think when they get here, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be unfolding, and maybe you guys don't know yet, but I see bigger, more, and a unification of different sorts.
This is exciting.
Like I said,
here.
there's like this little dove, like a little bird, and there's going to be some messages that are going to be coming through. And whether them coming here, she's going to tell you something. There's a message coming from her, because I see the little bird. It's almost like, you know how they always say that I heard it from a bird, like the little chirping.
A birdie told me.
A birdie
Yeah.
told me. There's a message that she's going to be able to share with you. And I don't know what that message is, but she's bringing it herself. So whatever the message is, it's coming from her. So I can't wait to find out what it is.
Me
because
too.
it's-
Me too.
Me too. Do you see
All
the
of us.
bird at the bottom? Do you see the beak? Do you see the body? Do you see the tail? See how it's floating right at the very
I
top?
actually do.
And you see how it's pointing at her?
That's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I see a polar bear. No, I do.
Well, thank God you're not the one reading the comments.
Maybe a whole different story.
I can't wait to find out.
Absolutely, me too.
Wow.
Wow. Thank
That
you
was
for
wonderful.
This is
Well,
awesome.
guys,
So
we
glad
could
you
sit
pulled my
here.
name. Thank you.
Well, guys, we could sit here. Where did you pick it? Well, guys, we could sit here and talk to you all day long, but we have a producer with her arms crossed now telling us that we are out of time. So,
I love you guys.
Before we
I-
leave, I just want to remind our audience again to rate, review, subscribe, hit the notifications, make some comments, rate us 5 stars. We'll answer your comments back. The Ochoa Boyz, Ryan, Rick, Bobby, and Ray.
Good job.
Yes.
Good job.
Just been undressed by Paul and Patrik. How do you feel?
I feel naked. I feel naked.
And thank you guys for having us.
Absolutely.
We all should say like, thanks for watching, biatches.
We all feel nude now, but Rick's already commando, so we're good.
And tell our audience one last time, where can we find you guys?
Yes.
On social media, Instagram, on all mine across the board, Rick Ochoa 21.
At Ryan Ochoa on Instagram, at Ryan Ochoa official on TikTok.
Yes, Robert Ochoa 125 Instagram, Robert Ochoa 25 on TikTok. Yeah.
Raymond Ochoa 12 on everything. The Purge Doctor on Twitch.
And just go to our website, www.ochoaboyz.com.
And Ochoa
for everything
Boyz.
Ochoa
Yes.
Boyz.
Ochoa Boyz. Find us all through just Ochoa.
Ochoa Boyz in the
And get ready for an
house.
invasion soon, in a few weeks.
Love it. We're there. Thanks, guys.
Dream, wish, believe. Mwah. Dream, wish, believe.
Thanks for tuning in on this episode. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye, bitches. Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Vocal Podcast Network. Executive producers are Michaela Simon, Paula Tu, and Patrick Simpson. Produced by Ariana Giles and Luis Peña. Shooting and editing by Luis Peña. Music by Digital Camel. Artwork by Dominic Demetz. Hosted by Paula Tu and Patrick Simpson. And Little Snow White 90210. Remember to follow Paul at Paula Tu, Patrick at Patrick Simpson, Snow White at Snow White 90210, and Vocal Podcast Network at Vocal Podcasts. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode.